Chris Ockley here in Chesterfield, Missouri, with Ryan Banta, the Parkway Central High School girls head cross country and track coach, and 16 years into his coaching career, and very successful. And he's after 5 years and of work and 763 pages is finally published Sprinter's Compendium. Just everything you could possibly want to know about speed and speed training but Ryan, I know I think you got the coaching bug when you came back from college and you started working with Steve Warren, your Hall of Fame high school coach here. And did you imagine that once you got that bug that you'd fall in love and become so enthused in the sport and want to learn so much that you'd get your USATF Level 2 certification, the distance, sprint, relays, all that stuff, and you'd get to this point? Was that ever a possibility that many years ago?
Well, I knew that after about the first week and a half, I knew that I really, really enjoyed what I was doing. And I found something that I could be passionate about and something that I felt like I was actually contributing. And for the first time in my life, I really felt like I was giving something to young people as a mentor and as a coach that I never really ever experienced in any other facet of my life. And when I graduated college, I worked on a number of political campaigns and did some of that stuff before I got into teaching. But I knew after a week and a half, if I'm doing this for an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, and it's the most fulfilling thing I've ever experienced, and I feel that strongly about it after a week and a half, that this is probably what I need to do for the rest of my life. And it obviously was helped by the fact that I have a really great mentor. You mentioned Steve Warren, Hall of Fame coach, and X's and O's and coaching and all of that he's great at. But really, more importantly, he was a Hall of Fame person. Very quality guy, high moral guy, and somebody I could really look up to in terms of how I should carry myself as a man and as an educator. And he gave me that opportunity to volunteer, and my life has been forever changed because of that and his continued mentorship today. In terms of knowing how far it would go, I really would be lying to you if I said, oh yeah, this is exactly where I wanted to be. The one thing I knew when I started coaching the girls is that previously I had felt when I was in high school that the female athletes weren't getting the attention that they necessarily deserved. And you think about it, when I was in high school, it was only a little over a decade after the implementation of Title IX. And because of that, you might not have as solidified coaches or people that really are as interested in female athletics. Maybe we're just paying people to hold a stopwatch or to be present while kids dribble a basketball.
Right.
Now, that's not to say anything negative about the previous coaches.
Sure.
Coach Harris, who also is like a Hall of Fame coach, and has done did a really good job at Maplewood, and now as an administrator, and now a positive psychology practitioner. Great guy, and he kind of set the stage for me. But he was only there for a very brief period of time.
But even in general, I think we can see the lack of even enthusiasm or support that girls athletics has gotten, and it thankfully has grown and expanded over the years.
Certainly at the high school level, and I would say, nationally and internationally, if you look at the percentage of media coverage, it's only like 1.6% of
Right.
sports coverage is female orientated, and then of that 1.6, a lot of it is hypersexualized. So I didn't want that to be my story for the team that I coached. I wanted my team to have a driven coach, and we're going to work hard. But outside of that, I didn't know what I didn't know. And unfortunately, we had a lot of success right out of the gate, so that kind of truncated or stunted my progress as a coach. And it took about 4 or 5 years where Great House finally said, hey man, we got to sit down and talk about this because we need to do a little bit better. Which then he brought up the idea of the Level 2 and the USATF schools and things like that, which then opened up my world to mentorship around the country, and gave me an opportunity to see, okay, some of the things I was doing was really great, but holy cow, there's so much I don't know. And, became very thirsty for knowledge, and had some other mentors along the way, like Sean Burris, who's, one of the top sprint coaches
Sure.
on the planet, and really helped open those doors. So, it's funny where a little thing where you feel really good about it becomes something that envelops your entire life and really gives you meaning. So it's really amazing how God can kind of step in and set up a path for you to have some really cool experiences. So I'm blessed to have that.